Hello and welcome to the Brand and Flow podcast. I'm your host and guide, Kru Romar, and in this podcast we'll talk about how you can transform your business into a brand your customers won't be able to resist, as you will get to know how to stand out, attract the right people, and stay in their mind by creating a feeling, an experience, a strong reputation for your business. With our weekly episodes, we want to turn you into a brand leader for you to know which actions you need to take to build and grow your brand consistently and passionately. So are you ready to brand and flow to make your business grow? Let's go. So welcome to the 16th episode of the Brand and Flow podcast, where we'll go deeper into the question why we need to build human brands. We all know that people buy from people. And that's the main reason why we're building human brands, because we get influenced by emotions, by what we feel, right? And in order to create a feeling, we need to express certain things in a way that will impact other people's lives, that will share value, and that will, be relatable. So when we are an entity, a company, how we want to relate to our customers, we're not able to, right? That's why we need to create a personality. We need to have a brand voice, and, we need to have certain beliefs and values. We need to have a name, and we need to look in a certain way, right? That's how we're creating brands generally. Now, I want to go back a bit because, now we just used to buying online and the online experience and everything. But I don't know, where I'm coming from, it's more like a small town. And we still had shops that were run by somebody who was living next to the shop or above the shop, right? It was a small shop where you were able to get, your daily items. So when you're living in a smaller village, you know the owner of this shop, right? And this person might know your family. So there is a connection in there, and you like to go and buy from them if you like the person, but you feel like somebody's caring for you, somebody knows you, right? And you trust them. Now with the internet and everything working online, that connection got lost. There's a lot more options, because back then when I was really young in our small town, there was not a lot of options to buy groceries or, day-to-day items. So we were depending on them as well. And now we're able to buy anything anytime and get it delivered anytime. Like, we have so many possibilities. So in order for us to make sure that people choose us in all the options that our customers have, we need to be relatable. We need to make sure that people are able to connect with us. People feel understood and cared, same like I felt back then when I went to that shop and I knew that the owner of the shop knew my family and my mom and was checking out on them. I felt good. And that's what we need to create. And even if you might not have experienced it because you didn't live in a small village like I did, I'm sure you know it from small businesses. They really care for you and they make you feel good. If you go to a restaurant, that person would be so nice to you and care for you and check out how your food is and make you feel special, right? They would try to remember your name. The saloon would do that. They would try to remember who you are. So they are able to stay connected with you and you feel special. Once we feel special, we are happy to pay more because we care for our own advantage, right? We care for how we feel. So human brands should be created to build these connections. And that's why, for example, a lot of influencers use their personal brands to then leverage their business brands, because the person has a reputation already and we're leveraging that trust to a business brand. And if you're trying that path, it's a great path to go. But if you don't want to build your personal brand, you need to put more efforts in making sure that your business brand is as human as possible. And I want you to go on Twitter or social media and check out some brands and how they react. The other day, I saw a comment by Monopoly. They're commenting on social media like humans. Check Wendy's on Twitter. It's hilarious. So all these brands are trying to build these connections and trying to differentiate themselves by being human, by talking and commenting on social media and connecting with people and spreading content that should be relatable. And then I want you to check some of the brands that only talk about their products and services and look at their following. You can see it. If you only talk about your products and services, the features and everything, even if you're a bigger brand, people won't follow you because you're trying to be the hero. You're saying that your products are the best and people should buy it, and you're trying to sell it. What people want you to do is care for them, provide them value, connect with them, check out on them, and more. So focus more on creating a human brand by defining your target audience, by getting focus more on creating a human brand by knowing what you're trying to achieve. Get clear on your brand DNA, by understanding your positioning. So what do you want people to remember your business for? And then getting into your brand personality, understanding what kind of archetype represents your brand the best, what kind of value you need to provide, how you need to speak, how you need to act, what you believe in, and how you express yourselves verbally, visually, written, in every term. And I always ask my clients, I would ask you to answer the question, I would ask you to answer your question, how would your brand act, talk? And I would ask you the question, how would your brand act, talk, and look if they were a person? Ask yourself this question. What would they wear? Get deeper into it. What would they believe in? What would they desire? And try to define it. And then try to take actions upon it. And you will see magic. And you'll see, and if you focus on it, on creating more human experiences, more human connections, you will see the responses from humans, from your customers. Then you will see the responses from humans, from your customers. It will work magic. It will be so gain clarity in what kind of personality you want to express with your business. And you can go back to one of the episodes where we talk about defining your brand's personality and focus and find out how your customers are reacting to it, how they're engaging with it, and adopt it over the time. But be clear of what you want to represent and how you're going to represent and express it. I hope that this episode helped you to gain more clarity in why you need to build a human brand. And I hope to see you in the next episode of the Brand and Flow podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode and it was helpful for you. To provide you more insights and tips, I need your feedback. So please rate or leave a review. Connect with me. And if you know a passionate entrepreneur who would benefit from this episode, share it with them so we can grow together. Can't wait to have you back in the next episode of the Brand and Flow podcast. Until then, don't forget, if you brand and flow, your business will grow.